Well, there it is. Hello guys, welcome to another video. This time I'm going to be announcing that I'll be going to BlizzCon. So, 2019 BlizzCon, boys, it's happening. I've been invited out, paid trip and all. Hotel, BlizzCon tickets, the flight, the whole shebang. I'm not expected to do anything as far as I'm aware, so no panels or anything like that. But I will be covering the news and giving you guys probably a vlog of my trip as well. So hopefully I can record all of that successfully on my mobile phone and then put that together when I get back. So I'll be going to BlizzCon and we're going to take a little look at the schedule and how that's all going to essentially work. So here we have the BlizzCon 2019 schedule, which has recently been announced. So we're going to be expecting certain games, but a lot of this comes down as coming soon, so we don't truly know what we're getting yet. So taking a look at Friday, the first day, you're going to start off with the opening ceremony. And that's obviously going to announce the games for this year. Speaking of which, BlizzCon 2019 thumbnail slash poster, maybe poster. So I just want to take a quick look at this one as well, because this will give you a little indication. Oh, I love it when I click on these and try to look at the picture, but I don't get the picture. Here we go. That's better. Thank you. So this is going to give you more of an indication as to what the year is going to entail. World of Warcraft, Overwatch, Hearthstone. It's got to be Diablo 4, because if it's a Diablo 3 expansion, I think people might be like, where's my Diablo 4? It could be a Diablo 3 expansion, but they also might have to announce that Diablo 4 is also being made. That character, isn't that like the cartoon series that they were going to try to create? Like Diablo Immortal? I don't know. Maybe that's going to be the Overwatch thing, because a lot of people have been rumoring that they're going to do something with the Overwatch engine, because when you're a game company, if you create an engine, you want to get some use out of it, not just for one game. I'm not a game designer, but I'm pretty sure that's how they do it. So they're going to try to get as much bang for their buck from a particular type of engine. So they've obviously created Overwatch with the Titan engine, so perhaps they're going to create a new type of game. What it's going to be, we don't know. People are saying that's Heroes of the Stars, Heroes of the Storm. It could be Heroes of the Storm, but I don't know. I certainly don't know what this guy is. But judging by the fact he's on a tablet, it could be a new mobile phone game. Don't want to announce that one. We'll see what that one's all about. I'm curious. But that'll either be potentially some sort of RPG slash MMO version of Overwatch. Because I always figured that... Oh, it's Egon from StarCraft 2. Oh, right. He looks different. He looks like he's got a much thicker beard. But okay. I could buy that, because they haven't got anything else StarCraft 2 related there. So that could be the StarCraft 2. Yeah, so the way I look at it is the whole Destiny thing happened, but it wasn't... It was pretty successful, but it wasn't mega successful. So perhaps Blizzard's going to take that idea and use the Overwatch engine slash Titan engine to then create their own version of it, because Blizzard have been doing that for a long time, just basically creating their own version of games. So let's come back to the schedule. So we got... coming soon, coming soon, coming soon, coming soon. So we don't know what any of these are at the moment. You have your esports at the bottom side. The epic stage tends to be stuff like community events or behind the scenes background information with Blizzard. So life at Blizzard, the animation, some updates. So this is where the main stuff happens. So I would figure this would probably be a Diablo 4 type thing potentially, or at least one of these would be. One of them would be a World of Warcraft. I'm not so sure on what the other two would be, unless they're like an announcement for the new game, or that one is the announcement for the new game, if they're doing a new game. It has been a few years now, so it's potential. Then you got a cosplay, and then community night. Moving into Saturday, the second day, you have Voices of Azeroth, so I think that's like a voice actor panel, I'm not 100% sure. Again, with the esports on the bottom side, the behind the scenes kind of working on this epic stage. The legendary stage looks like community stuff as well. So these feel like podcasts. Stay a while and listen, and the pylons show live. So you got the Overwatch World Cup taken off on the legendary stage on the first day. Then you get coming soon, World of Warcraft Q&A coming soon. So there's still a couple of coming soons. So I am assuming that these two, in theory, would be... Let's say, for example, this one's about Diablo 4. Deep dive. Because on the second day, they typically do like a deep dive. They go more into it. So let's just assume that's Diablo 4 deep dive, more about the game. Let's just assume that this is Destiny 2 or Destiny Watch, Overwatch basically / Destiny. Deep dive. Just saying. That's my prediction. I don't know for sure. And then we have Warcraft 3 Reforged update, which isn't on the absolute main panel stage. It's actually on the legendary stage, which is still one of their bigger ones, but it's not as main stage as the mythic stage, I believe. So as it's an update, I don't assume there's going to be any massive news other than we're still working on the game. So whether this game really comes out by the end of the year is debatable. Some rumor that it absolutely has to, because according to some countries' states' laws, that if you announce a game, it has to come out a year afterwards. I don't know, because I don't live in those countries. At least I don't think the UK has that law. I don't know how solid that is, so whether you definitely will get the game at the end of the year. If we do, I feel like it's not going to be completely polished. I think they could release Warcraft 3 Reforged at the end of the year, but I don't think it's going to be as... It's going to tick all the boxes that it should do, basically, if they do. So it'd be interesting to see what they're going to announce with that Reforged update. And then you just got the closing ceremony. I don't know what the closing thing is going to be. Who's going to be performing. I've never really gone to a concert before, except for when I was a kid. So I'd be interested to go to one of those, or at least just for half an hour, just to say I've experienced it. But honestly, I don't care. I'm not really that much of a music buff or anything like that, so it never really bothered me going to concerts. And then that would be a good excuse to try out some more of the panels. Not the panels, the demo stations, potentially, whilst everyone else is at the closing ceremony. Here we have the BlizzCon 2019 map floor, and you have a BlizzCon portal pass, which is for like the people that pay the most. It's like $550 for the ticket. I don't think I've got access to that. I should have access to a press pass. That gives me access to most places that everyone else can go to, and the dedicated demo station where I'll probably be able to stream Warcraft 3 Reforged from. But I'm not 100% sure because I've not done this before, so I'm very new. We've got the Blizzard Arcade, which is for the old school Blizzard people, aka the boomers. So we're going to be in that section. Warcraft 3 Reforged demo is over here. So all your old stuff from Blizzard way back in the day. You got the Mythic stage. So this is the big place where you find out the vital announcements. You got like the tournament stuff. Then the Hearthstone in the middle, World of Warcraft demo, Sylvanas model. I assume that's a statue. Overwatch demo station. This is the fancy place. So if you pay the extra money, you get to mingle with like Blizzard employees and stuff like that. I assume that this is part of the portal. I'm not sure what level 2 definitely is, but it leads towards Darkmoon Faire, which is supposed to be part of the extra thing that you get for having the portal pass. I don't know if normal people can come here like on the second day or something like that, but I know that the portal pass is supposed to have access to the Darkmoon Faire. Then you got StarCraft and Overwatch Arena. It'd be kind of neat to check that out because that was a new thing built in. I'll definitely have to go to one of the esports tournaments because I've been told that that's the sort of thing you should definitely check out if you're there. And then the store has been moved to its own location. You got the Hilton and the Marriott. This is where I'll be staying as far as I understand. The BlizzCon pass registration, and so forth. Then you've got the app, which I have yet to download, but that's going to give you information as to how BlizzCon is going to work, or at least whilst you're there, probably be scrolling along. You can see the sort of like schedule as it happens. These are the, well, this is the goodie bag, basically. They kind of done away with the goodie bag, and they're going to include a statue instead. So you get one of these two statues to commemorate the 25 years of Warcraft. So you have the grunt model and the human model. So the grunt looks pretty cool. I like the cartoony look to it, like quite a cool looking statue. I don't like the color of it though. It's like a pale sickly green, whereas I feel like it should be a striking bright green. And the footman there looking really neat and awesome as well. The determination on his face looks a little generic, but I like the armor, so I kind of want the footman one, but I'll be happy with the grunt one as well. I think they both look pretty damn good. It's just a shame you don't really get the goodie bag as well, like all the kind of extra bits. I was kind of looking forward to that, but nonetheless, you have the access to the gear store, which is now live. So if you want to buy stuff, you can do it, and I know you do. So here is your May outfit. There's Hearthstone mugs, World of Warcraft flagons. I think that's a giant mouse pad. There's the bags. The Horde one looks a lot cooler than the Alliance one. I said earlier that this is going to get you beaten up. Maybe even as an adult. This will definitely get you beaten up as a kid in school. But even as a grown adult, you might get beaten up wearing this thing. But you could get away with this one. Pretty cool looking bag, actually. So that looks like an Overwatch jacket. Some tea mugs. Are those all StarCraft 2 related? No. So that one's the StarCraft 2. Or is that just the sides of it? That's just one mug, basically. This is the Lich King Christmas sweater. And I feel like I might have to pick this one up. Because I can have another Christmas sweater. It looks really kind of neat, to be honest. I like the white teal design. And obviously the Lich King mask at the front. Then there's the Diablo one. Which I feel like the colour is excellent on this one. It's almost like it's glow in the dark or something. Really cool. I'm not sure about that. Not for me. Then this jacket looks fairly good. Fairly practical. And then that's like a whole combination. Taking a look at the pins now. So I figure I'm going to have to pick up a pin or two. Because that's what you're supposed to do when you go to events like this. But hopefully they'll have like a Warcraft 3 specifically related pin. So like another Alliance Footman or Grunt, that kind of thing. Or a Peon. So I wouldn't mind picking up one of those. So that's the World of Warcraft anniversary pin. That looks like it's going to be really expensive. How much do you think that one's going to cost? Ash and Bob, Overwatch characters. 8-bit heroes. Ah, so that's what those freaking designs were in Overwatch. Because you can get all sorts of skins and spray paints. So it's like that. Hearthstone card looks kind of cool, actually. If you're still into Hearthstone. I haven't played Hearthstone in ages. But I wouldn't mind watching one of the tournament games. Like esports, I wouldn't mind seeing a Hearthstone one and a StarCraft 2. If I could get into the StarCraft 2 Grand Finals, that would be awesome. But I imagine it's going to be absolutely jam-packed. So I might have to be sitting from miles away. Here we have the Blizzard collectible pins anniversary. So they've been doing it for 5 years, I guess. Okay. So you can actually sort of have an anniversary of the pins themselves, the LBGT. So, okay. And then you've got a little diva thing. I'm not sure which one is technically more gay between those two. And then there's all those pins there. And the BlizzCon 2019. So, if you guys have actually got any comments that you'd like to know, if any of you have actually been to BlizzCon before, particularly been invited as a press member, I would appreciate any feedback or help or helpful comments that you guys might have, what to bring. One of the things I'm not sure about that I've got to look into is sort of like a portable charger. So I definitely want something to charge my phone, but I think there's a thing called a portable charger, so you can actually use that on your phone if your phone runs out of battery whilst you're out and about. So that's another thing, but I need like something that can connect to the American ports because they're different to the UK. So I need to get all of that sorted. Otherwise, I'll be going to BlizzCon. I'll try and do a vlog based on it. And yeah, feel free to say hi if you see me there. And take care. All the best.